Hey, welcome to T4 Adventures. Today in this video we're going to show you our new soft cab enclosures by Kemimoto. That does have the zippered windows, and we're going to take it out today to an OHV park that's not far here from my house. Endeavor Park, Northwest OHV Park. There's a couple of names it's known by. We're gonna go out there. There's some dinosaurs out there, some like life-size replica dinosaurs. We're gonna go check out some dinosaurs, and we're gonna be testing out our new soft enclosures by Kemimoto, specifically for our 2023 Kawasaki Teryx 4 SLE. Hey, welcome to T4 Adventures. Today we're going to be looking at a soft cab enclosures by Kemimoto. So they did send me this product to test and to review for you guys. So we have taken it out and we've done quite a bit of testing with it. The only thing I haven't really got to test it with is the cold. But this product, this is a great product to help keep the cold air out and just to keep your cab a little bit warmer, even without a heater. So it goes great with your Kemimoto windshield and your Kemimoto soft rear windshield to kind of keep that cold air out of your cab. But when it is summertime, like it's coming up now, spring and summer, it is very useful to help keep out a lot of wind on those windy days when you're out on the trail, help keep some of that dust off of you. The windows are easily rolled up and down with the zipper, and pretty heavy duty window material, and then this material here is pretty heavy duty. You get a lot of strapping Velcro along the frame area and right in here, so you're really able to attach this to your machine even with a lot of accessories like I have. My mirrors, there's even a spot here for your mirror, and there's a lot of tabs in between the Velcro straps that go around your roll cage. So these are Velcro tabs that are sticky, so you can stick the back side of this Velcro onto places in between where these straps are at. Just kind of help close off incoming air. So I haven't quite done all that yet. I wanted to get it out and use it before I figured out if I wanted to use all these little the glue-on Velcro strap parts. So all the straps that I have, strapped and used for the rails, and I did use the Velcro along the bottom to kind of help keep the door from floating out away from the machine. So it just kind of helps snug it up here. So right along here. So some useful tips when you're installing your soft cab enclosures is two main things that's really going to help you in this process. Is there's two screws and bolts up here on top, a large Phillips, and then underneath I believe it is a 10mm, and you just take those two bolts out. This side of your rooftop is going to come up several inches. That's going to allow you to get your straps webbing around the rails a lot easier. Plus, if you have wires and things that are running to all of your accessories, so it just makes it a lot easier to get up and over that and be able to get around all your wiring and stuff. Otherwise, it's real hard to feed that through there, and this plastic is kind of sharp edges. You can cut up your nails and fingers pretty good. So another thing, when you're attaching the bottom, this Velcro stripping, you want to make sure you get everything lined up just how you want it, as far as where you want up here, and then you got to have, it's got to come down enough to attach to your door right here. So you find that area and then you cinch everything up. So first you get everything lined up. Once you get it lined up front to back, then you attach up here, and then you find out how high up you want to come, find that spot, and then you determine where you want this at the bottom. Then you go ahead and get some paper towel and some alcohol, rubbing alcohol, and you just wipe down the machine where all that Velcro is going to go, because it's a sticky backside. You want a nice clean surface for that to adhere to. It will stick there and last a lot longer by doing the rubbing alcohol and some paper towel, cleaning that really good. Now once you do that, then you can cinch everything up with all these straps and just kind of get everything as tight as you can. All right, so to roll up your window out of the way, there are two loop Velcro straps. And you just roll up the window, and now you can zip it closed. These are heavy duty YKK zippers, and I do have some accessories here that's kind of in the way. So this is my camera mount, so I can stuff that underneath and go ahead and close up my cab. You get a nice big view here on this window. Makes it very easy to see out. All right, so when you do enter the cab with the window up, you're gonna have to roll the window down to get into your cab. Very easy. You just flip it out. And then just do the reverse. Zip it up. And then to get out with the window up, you just unzip the window, and it can just fall right on the outside, and you're able to get out. That's pretty quick. That's not too bad. So it is kind of low right here. So when you're getting in, just got to tuck your head in a little bit more. Not that bad at all. Just something you got to remember, because you could hit your head on here. I'm 6 foot tall, and with the 30-inch tires that I have on this machine, it does raise the machine up to about 2 inches over, you know, as it comes standard from your dealer. I'm always hitting my head on these accessories anyway, so I'm always ducking, so I do miss that pretty easy. All right, here's a simple wind test just for these doors. There is a breeze coming from that way, and it's coming right here, and I can feel the air blowing in from me right here and from the back side, because this window is down. And so just imagine, instead of it being 60 degrees right now, that it's 30 or 40 degrees. So we're just gonna get out here. We're gonna close things up real quick and block off that air. Quite a bit of difference now. I don't even feel the air from behind me like I was. Now we're gonna close this up. I got a lot of accessories in the way that I have to get around. Which is kind of normal with these machines, having accessories, right? Oh wow. That completely blocked off the air. Completely. It would have to be blowing very, very hard for any kind of drafts to be coming in, because there is kind of quite a few little open areas. You can see my fingers up at the top here, but overall it's going to keep your cab warmer, a lot warmer, just with that cold air being off of you. This is going to be a great product, especially for winter time, those cold days. Maybe you're out riding in the snow. It's going to keep that wet snow from blowing in on you. This is going to be great. I like this. All right, so one other thing, as I was installing these and I was thinking, I was like, well, when I trailer my machine to somewhere to go ride, do I need to take these off? Do I need to take these off the cab? Is it going to get damaged, you know, with the wind? Because, you know, we're going to be going 70 miles an hour at some point. And I want to know how these things, how this is going to be attached, how it's going to act going down the highway. Well, I did a little test footage. We probably got up to maybe 40 miles an hour. I just wanted to see, with all the windows zipped up, how much buffeting we were getting. And then, so I'll throw up this footage here. You can see where the wind was coming in from the front and kind of buffeting. So we drove up to the fueling station to put some fuel in the machine. We got up to about 40, 45 miles an hour probably. And I saw enough what I needed to see in that video. So I went ahead and rolled all the windows down and stowed it away with these straps. And it seemed to do a lot better. So instead of the whole thing buffeting in and out like this, it was just areas like this where the wind was catching. And to me, I think that is safe to go ahead and trailer down the road even at 70 miles an hour. I don't think any damage is going to be done. If anything, it's just kind of loosening and stretching the material, which is why I didn't want to use all my sticky Velcro straps in all these other different places. I wanted to give the material a chance to kind of loosen up a bit in the wind and in the sun, and then I can go along and kind of tighten and shore things up, and then go ahead and use those sticky Velcros, you know, along in between all the strapping. All right, so what did you think of where we went riding? All the dynos out there is kind of cool. So that was just something they're doing temporarily, and all throughout Texas they had like dinosaur displays, and the Northwest OHV Park just happened to be one of the lucky ones who got quite a few of those dinosaurs. Very, very neat. So it was a really fun place to test out our Kemimoto soft cab enclosures. Even though we didn't utilize the window itself out there, I wanted to see in warm weather, do I need to take these off, or can I just go ahead and keep it on there? And I think either way you're going to be fine. But if you decide to keep them on there, these things roll up really good, and they Velcro up out of the way with the straps, and they stay out of the way. I'm able to get in and out of the cab quick and easy to decipher lines and stuff and trails that I'm going. And so the main thing, it did not get in my way. In fact, I really didn't even know the soft cab enclosures were there. I was prepared to use the windows if the wind got really bad, But kind of where we were protected in the trees, so the wind didn't get all that bad. So we just kept the windows down. It's really nice to have that option. So there's going to be a link down in the description box below. Check out Kemimoto. They have a lot of accessories for your toys, side-by-sides, motorcycles, and just everyday life stuff that you use. Lots of good products, great prices. This is going to be a great product to enclose your cab for those cold days. Can't wait to use this when it gets cold. Thanks for watching. Hey, thanks for sticking around. We're going to give a real quick, detailed look at how to install your Kemimoto soft cab enclosures. All right, first you're going to unroll your soft cab enclosures, get it spread out, make sure you got the right side on the right side, left side on the left side, and let's begin. Okay, like I stated earlier in the video, is the easiest way to install your Kemimoto soft cab enclosures is taking loose 2 bolts on both sides. So it's going to be 4 total bolts. It's basically a screw. You're going to need a large Phillips and a 10mm wrench and a nice little ladder because the machine is kind of tall. So we have one here and we have one over here. So we're going to loosen that up. That's going to allow you to raise the roof up a little bit so you can get your straps in underneath. That way you're not eating up your knuckles on this sharp plastic edge. So that's pretty easy to take those 2 screws out. Just be careful of the nut on the underside, that it can fall down, and it's hard to find if it gets trapped in underneath any of this stuff. So just be careful, mindful of that. So now we can easily just lift the roof up. That's all we need right there, just to be able to get these straps on there. I got my little headband camera on so that way you can see up close what I'm doing with the straps. Let's grab our right side soft cab enclosure by Kemimoto. So it's pretty easy to distinguish the inside from the outside. So what we want to do is we want to just kind of hold it up here. Let's go ahead and get this strap here on here, and that way it'll hold everything up. So you have this buckle here. You're going to go underneath this way. You can go under your wiring or you can go over your wiring. It's up to you how you want to proceed with that. Now you just go through here. So now this is why you want to raise the roof. And we got one strap there done. So now then, and when you do this, you want to kind of do it loosely. I did it kind of tight there, but once I get these others, I'm going to do them kind of loose. And then I'm going to loosen that one a little bit. And then that way we can slide it back and forth if we need to. So same thing. Do it a little loose here. All right. So I'm not going to worry about these back ones. See how much space we have here? So we need to adjust it that way. So let's go over here to the front and see what we have. So see how far away we are. So now let's go ahead and loosen this. Just enough work velcros onto it. And we can go ahead and do this one as well real quick. Just kind of hold everything up a little bit there. Now then, this needs to slide over this way quite a bit. All right. All right. So look, that's looking pretty good right there. Let's take a look at the back. That is looking pretty good right there. So now the next thing you need to determine is how high up the soft cab enclosure needs to be. You want it high enough to where it's going to cover in the gaps around here on the bar. But you don't want it too high that this is not going to be able to Velcro to the top of your door. So it needs to be a happy medium. So as you can tell, I've already kind of established it, but we're doing a detailed installation video. So what I would do is I would just get it where it's kind of right about here. Once you get these three done, you're going to determine the height that you need. Once you determine your height that you need, then you're going to go ahead and you're going to run all these straps. Now these straps here are a little different. They wrap around this way and Velcro. There's no buckle to loop back through. Right, and you have three of these that go on this front part of the roll cage. You have three here on the top, and you have four here on the back, because we have quite a few angles here. One at the top, one here kind of at this bend, down here by the handle, and then down here below the handle. And then on the inside, you're going to have 1 and 2. This is just going to help hold everything up against the side of the machine. Once you have everything lined up, you're going to go ahead and do all your straps. And then you're going to make sure that your Velcro strap is going to connect with part of your door here. You want to try to get it about, I don't know, maybe a couple of inches down, 2 to 4 inches down. And that's the way you're going to be up here with plenty of coverage. That way you can go and then you can run your Velcro here. Now a good tip here for installing the Velcro, once you get everything lined up, you know exactly where you want to run your Velcro. You want to get some paper towels and some rubbing alcohol, and wherever your Velcro is going to go, you want to get the rubbing alcohol and just rub all the dirt and debris. That's going to really clean that surface area really good. You can tell I didn't really get my Velcro strap very good here, but it really works pretty good. That rubbing alcohol is really going to create a clean surface, and your Velcro is going to stick really well on there. And then once you get all your Velcro done, then that's it. So it's really not that hard to install it. The main thing you want to do is just lining everything up. Just remember, loosen this up. That way you got plenty of room. You're not scratching up your knuckles on the sharp plastic edge. Get your top 3 on here. Keep them kind of loose. That way you can slide it from front to back. And you want to try to line everything up. Once you determine that, then you're going to go down and you're going to make sure you have plenty of space here to run your Velcro tabs. Now your Velcro tabs are already on the soft enclosure cap. So this is one of them right here. So they already come like that. Then there's the sticky side. So you just leave this on here and you line it up, and you just you go from one edge, peel the tape off, and you're going to press it on there, and then you can undo it, and then you can press it on there even more, just to try to get all the gaps out and all the air bubbles, whatever. Get a nice good adhesion to the side of the machine there. And you're just going to work your way across, and then you're done. So now all I got to do is do the other side. Thanks for watching.